everyone, I've got a fun video for you today. I'm doing a collab with the wonderful Lynsey Macdonald. I'll put the link to her channel in the description so you can go check her out. She has a really great channel where she talks about TV, movies, she does vlogs, and she also talks about other life topics here and there. I discovered her channel last year and have been really enjoying watching her videos, so I'm so happy to be doing a collab with her. And since Lynsey is a big fan of Once Upon a Time like I am, we thought that the best thing we could possibly do would be a Once Upon a Time tag, especially since the show is not coming back until March. It's a great way to kind of help us in waiting for the rest of the season. Now, since Lynsey and I are not physically in the same place, but we still wanted to be in each other's videos, she recorded her answers separately than I did, but they will all be combined with the magic of editing. We'll have half of the tag on my channel and the other half on her channel, and I will include a link to her video in the description as well, so you can go check it out. So let's do it. First question is, describe yourself in 3 characters.
I tried really hard to think outside of the box for this question, but I just kept coming back to the same 3 people. And they seem really obvious, but I do have reasoning behind it, so I'm just going to go with them as obvious as they might seem. The first person is the one that I'm most connected to and who I have mentioned in my half of this video as being my favourite character, and that's Emma Swan. Even wearing my Emma Swan necklace right now just to highlight how connected I feel to that character. I feel like I have some similarities in her in terms of her kind of guardedness to an extent, which is not ideal, but I feel like watching that character kind of grow and develop has actually been really great for me. But I do also feel like I have some similarities to Mary Margaret or Snow, in that I do believe that having hope and always being hopeful is the best thing to do, and even in moments when I find myself being like pessimistic about things, I'm pretty good at giving myself a kick and realising that that's not the way to go, and that being hopeful is the best thing. And also my kind of love for my family and my sort of prioritisation of family and friends and the people close to you, I think is quite in line with her. And the third person would be Regina, not so much in terms of evil queen side Regina, but just Storybrooke Regina, who we've come to know and love, in terms of her kind of sarcasm and the way that she speaks. I can be quite sarcastic and dry, not so much in my videos, that might not come across, but in real life with my friends I can be quite sort of sarcastic and dry. I feel like the way that she talks sometimes I really get a kick out of, and it makes me laugh, and so I think that there's probably a bit of a similarity there. So they seem like the 3 most obvious people to choose, Emma, Regina and Snow, but I definitely think that they all have, there's elements of all 3 of them that I feel like I can relate to.
This one was a little hard because I had to think about which parts of characters kind of matched with me and how it would all fit together. Anyway, so what I came up with was Belle, Archie, and the Evil Queen. But like Regina Evil Queen, not just the Evil Queen, like, but yeah. Your favorite villain?
For a long time I'd said Rumple, but I feel like I've now got into season 6. I feel like it's gone past that sort of like love-hate relationship with Rumple to just genuinely being really mad at him, so I don't think that I can call him my favourite villain anymore. I think I love the Evil Queen. I love the way that Lana Parrilla plays that character, and now that we've got her as a distinct, separate, entirely separate character to Regina, I think that that's really fun, and she's just so incredibly sassy and amazing. So I would probably say the Evil Queen, but I also, back in the day, had a lot of love for Pan, and when I say a lot of love for, I mean I thought that he was a brilliant villain, not that I liked him as a person. I think Robbie Kay played that character so well. He was loathsome, and the whole connection with him and Rumple I thought was excellent. I loved that entire Neverland storyline, so he will always have a special place in my heart for favourite villains for that reason.
That would be Rumpelstiltskin, although this season, not as much as previous seasons. I feel like his character took a little bit of a step back in terms of development. Otherwise, I also thought of Peter Pan, but I think really it's Rumpelstiltskin. Your favorite hero?
I feel like I'm so predictable here to say Emma Swan again, but she is my favourite character, and she is my favourite of the kind of heroic saviour characters. And I think what I really love about Emma, but this also applies to Killian and it applies to Regina, even more so than Snow and Charming, is that they are characters who've been through a lot of struggles and getting to a place of being a hero has been difficult for them, and they've had to kind of look back and reflect on things that they've done in their past and ways they've behaved and things that have happened to them in their lives that have maybe changed them, and kind of really work on it to get to a point where they feel like they are worthy of being a hero. So as I say, I think Emma as the saviour kind of felt like she was thrown into it with no choice, but she's had to learn to kind of handle that and become the person that she was destined to be. Whereas with Hook and with Regina, I think that they have both been through so much and they've done some really bad things in the past, but they've worked so hard to redeem themselves, and I feel like they've both kind of got over that ledge. There's like a ledge that they had to kind of get up onto, and now they're up onto it, whereas Rumpel just keeps falling off. So yeah, I think my favourite hero is Emma, but I also have so much respect for what Killian and Regina have done to get to the point that they're at now, so yeah.
I feel like I'm cheating again on this one because I have more than one name. It's so hard to pick, but I was a big fan of Will Scarlet, who was originally in Once Upon a Time in Wonderland and then made an appearance in Once Upon a Time, but I feel like since he's such a small character, I don't know if that really counts, and I don't know if he was like a hero. If it wasn't him, probably Hook or Emma. Hook. Let's go with Hook. Favorite moment?
I love that this question is favourite moment because I do actually genuinely have one. My favourite moment is one of the final scenes in the season 3 finale. So it is the scene that's sort of two different situations are sort of intercut between. So you've got Emma and Killian sitting outside Granny's having a conversation about how he gave up his ship for her. So he gave up the Jolly Roger to get a magic bean to get to New York to save her. And you've got Belle and Rumpel's wedding kind of interspersed with that. Not only did I love that because my Captain Swan chipping heart really enjoyed it, but I feel like it was beautifully written, it was beautifully shot. Everything about that I just thought was beautiful. I thought it was beautifully done, and I feel like all of the actors just really knocked it out of the park in those scenes. So loved them, the way that they cut between the two situations, and they had that sort of Rumpel voiceover of saying that, you know, I was an enemy of love and then you loved me and that changed me, and then you're sort of showing what the journey that Hook's been on, and now he's found Emma, and oh, it's so lovely. It's one of my favourite moments, not only in Once but in any TV show.
Now, Emma as the Dark Swan in general was just like amazing for me. But more specifically, I think when we first meet her in her new outfit, you know, with the hair sleeked back and she has all this dark clothes. I just love Jennifer Morrison's performance, and literally that was me watching it.
She's just so great.
Which world would you like to live in?
Probably Storybrooke, from the point of view that I really love like beautiful forest landscapes. Living in the Enchanted Forest for a short time would probably be lovely, but I've got to be completely realistic here and think about the fact that I am a kind of, not city, but city or town girl at heart. I like to be able to kind of go out to the shops and have things round about that I can go to very easily, and have sort of modern things around me very easily, which I don't think you're going to get in the Enchanted Forest, unless it's a very modernised version of the Enchanted Forest with all of the technology that we enjoy here in the real world. But if not, then it's going to have to be Storybrooke. Also, I just really like how over the years they've like built this sort of bizarre little community within Storybrooke, and it's gone from it being under the curse and they didn't know who they really were and they just were kind of plodding along living their lives, to having to face all of these crises but facing them all together and having this sort of Storybrooke community feel to it. So I really love Storybrooke for that reason.
Now, at first I thought, well, the Enchanted Forest. But then I thought, well, it depends. I wouldn't want to live in the Enchanted Forest if the evil queen was still the one in power. Like, we always see those flashbacks with the evil queen and how it was pretty terrible living there. So if it's that Enchanted Forest, then no, I would rather live in Storybrooke, I think, out of all the worlds. But if it's like a future where maybe they go back and Snow White and Prince Charming are in charge, or maybe Emma is in charge, then yeah, I would like to live in the Enchanted Forest. A character you would bring back to life.
This one's kind of a no-brainer. The character that I would bring back to life would be Robin, because quite frankly I'm still not over the fact that they killed him all. I like that they're doing whatever it is that they're doing at this point in season 6 in the dream world, where they're bringing him back just for this particular storyline. But I was really, really gutted that they killed off Robin, and I felt like it was, I know why they did it, because they wanted to really bring to attention how vulnerable Regina felt to her past and to everything that she'd done. She felt like she was constantly going to be punished for. I get that, but I just feel like killing him, and in such a brutal way, where it was like you don't even get any sort of, your soul's gone, you know, you don't get to move on and be happy and be at peace, and for Regina to have to live with that feeling that he's just gone forever and that he's not, you know, moved on to something better. I just thought it was horrible and I hated it. So if I could bring back one character, I would bring back Robin Hood.
Merlin. I just love the character. I wish we had seen more of him and seen more about his power, his history, and just, I feel like they built up this character so much and then we barely got to explore him. So I think I would like to bring him back.
Thank you so much for inviting me to collab on these videos, Sandrine. I've had so much fun answering these questions and I cannot wait to watch the 2 finished videos.
And those are all the questions on my channel. I'll include all of them in the description if you want to answer them in the comments. That'd be awesome. But now you should head to Lynsey's channel to watch the rest of the questions. Do it now. Do it. Just do it. Go. 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 Are you gone?